Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you the nCamp Café, a compact camp coffee maker. Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I want to show you this new nCamp Café coffee maker. This is an espresso style cafe maker. It's a compact coffee maker. Makes really good coffee. As you can tell, I've already tried it. I don't even see the marks where I did the burner on it. I had to try it when it came in. It's kind of similar to the Italian mocha pot. If you've ever seen them, they kind of have a shape like this and then like that out. Kind of a triangle on top of a triangle. And I remember those growing up. My grandmother had one. And I know they sell them new, but I was always looking for one. I look in the used shops and the secondhand shops. See if I can find a cheap one instead of paying full price for it. But this one's designed for camping. So you've got, this thing's about the size of a water bottle. I'll give you a water bottle for example here. This is a really thin, tall one, but you see what I mean. The cup has a nice nesting ability on it, so it just fits right down on that, and that's your package. Now you have the handles here that will fold out, because this is going to be where your coffee is brewed in the upper chamber here. So they're insulated handles, and you've got your cup there. Cup is a 13-ounce cup. It's got a nice silicone wrap grip for insulation. And this is designed to work seamlessly with the nCamp stove. If you guys remember, end of last year sometime, I reviewed this stove, and I've used it a couple times since, as you can tell. I would use this today, but the winds outside are ridiculous. We're getting 45 to 50 mile an hour gusts. And if anybody sees me burning wood outside in that, they'd probably call the fire department. So I'm going to have to break down and use a camp stove. I will probably do a video later where I'm cooking, and I'll use that for that and the coffee. But it's just too windy out there to be messing around with wood fire right now. So we're going to set it up like that. But I'm going to show you how this works first. The first thing you're going to do is add your water. Now this comes apart right here. So let's unscrew it so I can show you. This is where you're going to put your coffee. Right in there. I generally will fill it up to a little bit over that line and pack it down, but not too tight, because that makes the coffee very strong and it has a harder time doing it. Hard time brewing it, I should say. Now you'll notice a pressure release valve here. Inside, that's about where you want to fill up your water, right underneath that. You don't want to go, let me see if I can get the light on there. You can see it, there it is. You want to go underneath that so you don't have it coming out that while it's boiling. So, let's start setting it up. And here we go. I'm going to fill that up right to about there. Perfect. Right under the pressure release valve. Now I'm going to take this, drop it in, and I've got some coffee. You can use finely ground coffee with this. I wouldn't go too fine with it though, because it will fall through and you'll get grounds in your coffee. I usually do about 3 scoops. Pack it down kind of neatly but not tightly. That's about good. Okay. So, you'll screw the top on. As you can tell, the top has a nice silicone ring and a filter on top. And you're going to screw that back on. If I can manage to get it on here without cross-threading it. Alright. There you go. So, I'm going to put this on the BRS 12A stove here. One thing I know about these things is they like a nice, hot, steady fire. And this thing can definitely deliver that. So we'll have coffee fairly quickly. I'm going to prime this up and get it going. And I'll bring you back when I put that on. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's brewing. Alright, if you can hear me over the sounds of that jet engine. We're going to put this on now. And give it a try. Shouldn't take too long. But I'm going to back you up so you can see the whole setup here. There you go. Shouldn't take too long, but I will bring you back once it starts percolating up in there and show you what it looks like as it's working. There you go. I'm going to take that off the fire. I didn't catch it in time. That went quick. Let me turn this guy off here. I would venture to say that was probably under 2 minutes. It was pretty quick, maybe 2 minutes. It was pretty quick. That really works very quickly. It's very surprising that it worked that well. And let me clean off the lens here because I got some coffee on it. And I'll bring you back and we'll try out the coffee. Yeah, that went quicker than I expected. But anyway, it did brew very, very quickly, very well. This thing is just a jet. It's insane. I reviewed it in the past. If you look up BRS12A on my videos page, you'll find it. It is a really, really nice little stove. But what we're talking about today is this coffee maker, and I can't believe how quickly that just shot up a full thing of coffee. Now, when you're actually doing this for yourself, what you want to do is have this down. I only had it up to show you, and as you can tell, it splattered on my lens. And also, too, something I did forget to mention. When you're putting this on a fire or on flame of any kind, you want to have this pressure release valve facing away from you. That way, if for some reason this splats out water or pops out, it won't hurt you or anybody nearby. So, let's put the top on, and let's pour the coffee and see what it's like. Whoops, let's not pour it on the counter there. Now this says it makes 4 cups of coffee. Now let me explain that to you. It makes 4 cups of demi-tasse coffee. They're 3 ounces each. They're like little shot glasses of coffee. If you like really, really strong coffee, this is probably how you drink it. This is how I drink it. Let me let that blow some air on it because that's really hot. Oh man, this is good. Yeah, that is really nice dark coffee. That is really, really good coffee. That's the way I like it. That reminds me, I don't know if any of you folks are from the East Coast, if you've ever been to Little Italy, and you order the espresso or demi-tasse, the little tiny cups of coffee, you will remember that taste. That is just so good. So as you see, it works very, very well. I wish I had caught it when it first started brewing, but instead of hitting record, I shut my camera off. So you got the tail end of the brew. But it's a really, really neat little coffee maker. I could definitely see myself taking that camping. It's real easy to use. Not a lot of difficult instructions there. You just fill it up with water, fill it up with coffee, put it over a fire. They do like, this type of coffee maker does like a consistent hot fire. That's another reason why I didn't use the stove today, because this stove, when it's not ridiculously windy out, works very well and will give you a good consistent hot fire. But I've tried to use this when it's very, very windy and it'll blow all over the place. So you got to build a windbreak around it, and I figured this would just be faster to demo it for you instead of standing outside and messing around with wood. Plus, I'm sure the fire department would not be pleased with me having any kind of burning open fire in high winds today. So we figured we'd use this, make it easy for you so you could see what it looks like. But that is the nCamp Café. Did its job, did what it was supposed to do. I did this the other night when I got it to test it on my stove at home, and I have an electric stove, so it's just basically a ceramic burner there, you know, that underneath some glass, and it worked just as quickly. Let's see. It's warm to the touch. I mean, I wouldn't want to carry that, but definitely not too hot to handle if I had to pick it up and carry it. So it does cool down quickly. That's kind of neat to know. And these run about, I think they're $39. I will put a link down below to this and the stove in my description area down below, so you can check them out, see if you want to check them out, see if you like it. I can definitely see this working like a travel kit. You know, you pack a little isobutane stove. Doesn't have to be something big like this. You can just pack a little Lixada isobutane stove and a canister, and this and some coffee, and wherever you are, if you're traveling, whatever, you got a cup of coffee. Even for work, I mean, heck, I hide this in my desk and make myself coffee whenever I wanted. But I am really liking it. I'm really pleased with how it worked. That's the 3rd time I've used it, and it's done great all 3 times. So there's been no issues with it whatsoever. And as you can see, it brews very quickly. I was really bummed that I didn't catch the beginning of the brew and hit the off button on my camera instead of the record. But anyway, I will put the links down below so you can check them out. They have lots of cool gear over there. They have a table similar to this stove. It's a prep table. I love this stove. I like the design of it. Works very, very well. Unfortunately, today in the wind, I wouldn't want to take it out there and try it just because it's open flame and it's so windy and I don't want to burn my house or my neighbor's house down. But I really do like the stove. So I'll put the links down below. You can check them out. I wanted to give you a little specs on it before we go because I forgot to do that earlier. This is 9.4 inches high, 3.4 inches wide by 3.4 inches long, and it weighs about 22 ounces. So it's not going to be something you're going to pack on an ultralight trip, but if you're car camping or overnight camping, or you keep this at a bug out location, perfect little thing to make coffee with. Really simple to use. Anyway, folks, I will put a link down below. Like I said, I'll put the links for the stove and this down below. And after that, if you want to check out my Amazon store, everything I review usually goes in my Amazon store. So if you want to check that out, like this one, I'll just go straight to I'm linking straight to the store. But if you want to check that out, that's really helpful to the channel. Just click the link. Shop as you normally would. If you don't buy anything from the store, it still helps us out a whole lot. And don't forget to check out our Thrive Life link if you're interested in getting started on some freeze-dried food for preparedness. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching today. Stay safe and stay prepared.